Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank y'all for joining me again on the live stream. Shout out to the NTZ crew. I know y'all on here. Jeffrey Tatum. I don't know about Michael Beach of Life. He's down there in the Sunulu, and we'll touch on that a little bit. All my old heads. Michael Alexander, thank you, brother, for all your support. Jabraz, Roger Walker, Jeffrey Tatum, Jungle Man Space Cowboy, boy, you getting live on your channel, man. I saw one of your lives yesterday, and hell, the woman was practically naked. but you up there with the trolls, so they're not gonna bother you, man. Welcome to any new viewers and subscribers to the live stream, and also anybody catching this on replay. We always have a topic. Today's topic is challenges of living in the Philippines. Now, this isn't a pros and cons live stream. This is just things you have to deal with on a day-to-day basis over here. Just kind of getting you ready for it, even if you're on vacation. We'll talk about that and some more things, of course. Whatever y'all want to talk about, just put it over here. The peso is 55.98. It's right there at 56 again. That's good. What's up, Gerald? Because we're going to the beach this week. I don't know what day, so it's going to help. What's up, Hood Jay down in Atlanta? Mike Dawson, Bill. They said y'all headed for some cool weather in South Florida, man. Said the iguanas are going to start falling from the trees down there. And I'd hate to see that. I love LaChan. What's going on? Yeah, the Philippines, everybody talks about rice here and how much Filipinos love rice. Well, the Philippines is still the world's #1 rice importer. I mean, they import more rice than China. Here's actually the top, according to the United States Department of Agriculture. Philippines is first, China second, Indonesia, European Union, Nigeria, and Iraq. So just imagine, the Philippines has 1/10 of the population of China, and yet they import more rice. They had right here 3.8 million metric tons. That's a lot of rice, man. Also, the Sunulu, the grand parade today, it's the last day of what I call the Philippines' biggest party. They call it the mother of all Philippine festivals. If you in Cebu, you're already feeling the effects of the traffic and the crowds. It's really a sight to see. It hasn't gotten back to normal yet, though, since the pandemic. Excuse me. According to the newspaper, it's only half of the entries. Excuse me, I'm sorry. You know, there's a contest for the best dance group. I mean, they're giving big money too. I believe this year first place is 3 million pesos. Because the dance groups have been cut in half. Normally 40. It's like 17 this year. What's up, W? Secrets to Success? He said I was a pimp in paradise. So that's today's the last day for that. I'm going to upload some videos to my members only, and this will be members only. It's one thing you can count on Filipinos for. That's one. And then I'm also going to upload one to my Patreon today. My first tenderoni. You know, it's crazy. Hey, Maddie. What's up, King Arthur? But I just want to give you an example of what we're going to talk about today. Of the challenges of living over here in the Philippines on a day-to-day basis that most Westerners aren't accustomed to. Okay, let's go with this one. I put hot water is missing in a lot of the things that you're used to, like your laundry. When they wash your dishes. There's no hot water. But when it comes to washing your dishes, this is work even if you got hot water. My mother taught us this, to put 1 cap full of chlorine bleach in the water. It's going to sanitize the dishes and get rid of a lot of those tough stains that cold water won't do by itself. But that's just something that you're going to have to deal with over here. When they wash your clothes, your whites aren't going to be super white. What's up, Big J64? Hey, thank you, Marvin. Eric said, what's up, Cal? Hell, it's already on this side of 2024, Eric. You'll be here again. This time, man, let's hook up when you get back. I think you're going to be here in May. But that's just one thing, hot water, man. And a lot of people, whenever I wash dishes, I use my water heater. See, and it shocks them when they see me wash dishes. And I told Merlin, I said, well, hell, you got to understand, I was a bachelor all the way up until about 30 years old. I know how to do everything around here. But I boil the water. And, because I'm just used to washing my dishes in hot water. But tell your girlfriend to add that cap full, not a cup, a cap full of bleach. It's going to help. What's up, Cedric? Something else you probably going to be just a challenge, man. And I say this all the time, but friends, you need some friends over here, man. They're not too easy to come by. We all live spread out. If you're fortunate enough to live in a condominium where you have some friends and associates, I'll just say associates, because friend, man, that's a whole other definition, really. So we'll say associates. Man, you're very fortunate. Jay came here from Siquijor Island, and we were having some good conversations. He's, and I was just telling him, man, I'm here in St. Carl City. I don't get to enjoy these type of conversations all the time. I mean, me and Merlin, we don't talk about stuff like that. What's up, Sam? Now, I think from General Treyas Cavite, y'all got plenty foreigners up there, right? But that's just something you're going to have to deal with over here. And they're still not up to speed when it comes to handicap accessibility. So if you're in a wheelchair or something like that, it's not what you're used to over here. So what you will get, people will help you. They'll help you get out of your wheelchair into the taxi or on the bus and all of that. But the buses don't have that lift. You know how they do in Louisville, Kentucky. Our TARC is what we call it, Transit Authority of River City. They see somebody getting ready to get on with a wheelchair, the bus will go down. It'll lower down, and then the ramp will come out, and the driver will push the person on there. If it's not electric, then they'll strap you in and everything. Well, you're not going to have that over here. So it's just some things like that you're going to have to learn to deal with. Now, I don't need it anymore, but at one time, I needed a barber. Okay? And it's hard. It's hit and miss, guys, with the barber and the haircut over here. Because they're good barbers, it just depends on what kind of hairstyle you got. But for me, it was really hard. That's part of the reason I'm bald. And even with my bald head, I'm very reluctant on who Merlin does my head, because they'll cut it they're too detail oriented. They'll go too close, and I'll bump up, and it'll be sore, because they'll keep going like this, and if they can feel anything, they're going back with that razor. Hey, Joe Hosney said, you look pretty young. How did you make this transition, be able to live this awesome life so far away from home, bro? Hey, thank you. First of all, I was ready for it, man. I was just ready. When I got over here, I didn't look this way. This has something to do, Joe, with what I call the fountain of youth over here. That's 365 days of sunshine, the influence of an attractive young woman. Don't discount the influence a woman has on your life. Tweaking my dad, and then, of course, over here, you're more active than you normally are, Joe. But that's really basically it, man. Off the cuff adventures with Jamie. What's going on? Mumble Mac. Here they just make it happen by any means necessary. Yeah, no ADA requirements here. Yeah. Like I said, they'll help you. Or if you need to get out of the taxi and get into your wheelchair, he'll help you. He'll fold it up and put it in the trunk. They'll do all of that. Enzo Pastori says Cialis available behind the counter. It is, but I know I saw a video by Kiki in the Philippines. He was up in Angeles City. They've got the generic of that. He was able to get it without a prescription, but it's like 900 pesos for one pill. So, yeah, I saw him do it. He wanted to show his viewers that you could do it. I've never tried it. You don't want to buy that stuff on the street they're selling, guys, okay? Don't do that. I mean, if you have to, if you own it in America, all you got to do is bring that script over here. And then, you know, go to see a local doctor here if you need a prescription. But he walked right up in the pharmacy. And then there's other things that have that, what do you call that? What's the name of that active ingredient in there that makes it what it is? It's the same thing in Viagra. There's some stuff over here that you can get over the counter that has that ingredient in it. He said, I love it. John said, maybe you should postpone your trip to the States until March. We've been getting record cold weather lately. You know, I was thinking about that because I don't have any winter clothes. I may postpone it to May because I've already bought my ticket, man. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that price, but hell, I would have to spend a lot of money because if I'm there for 30 days, yeah, I got to buy a whole new wardrobe. And all my money's going to go toward my lawyer. You know, and then I got to eat. I got to live over there. People aren't going to, you know, if I stay with one of my daughters, I figure I pay her bills for the whole month or something like that and be done with it. But yeah, you're right. I may have to postpone it because it is cold, man. I don't have anything. But let me fix this, guys. I was just trying something different. Let me turn around since it's blinding you guys. I don't know why it showed up so good the other day. Does this help or not? If not, I can turn it around like I normally am. What about that? Is that better? Thank you for the super chat, Casman Flowers. He said, how did your perspective of life change over time in America to make you want to move to the Philippines permanently and accept everything that comes? What was the nail in the coffin for you? I believe, you know, the doctors would tell you, psychologists would tell you there is no midlife crisis, right? But back in 2008, I had a nephew get killed. He was, you know, he was doing the wrong thing. It was doing an attempted robbery. Him and the guy got killed. The guy they were trying to rob killed both of them. So, I mean, it shocked me because he was supposed to have been in Florida. My sister gave him the money to go to Florida, but he pissed his money away gambling or whatever it was. So they come up with this funky idea that they're going to rob the rent man who's already been robbed so many times. Well, this guy's ex-military. He pulls out a gun and shoots both of them, kills them. Well, then that was in June of 2008. I mean, we were really shocked. And in July of 2008, my brother-in-law dies of AIDS. And we never knew, you know, rumors going around afterwards that he was gay. Man, it was shocking. So June, my nephew gets killed. July, my brother-in-law died of AIDS. And I saw him in his hospital bed. He's going through convulsions. I don't know if anybody's ever seen anybody die of AIDS. It's terrible. But then August, okay, June, July, August, my first cousin commits suicide, has an accident and falls off the over, what do you call it? On the expressway. He's up there sitting down and he falls off on the highway and gets run over and killed. Fast forward to February 2009, two of my nephews died in a fire, 1914. The 9-year-old escaped, went back in to get his little brother. They found him huddled in the corner dead. And then my nephew, 2 weeks later, died of a heart attack after that, who lived with us. So you're talking about 6 men in my family from the age of 4 to 50 died in an 8-month period. And it sent me down, you know, spiraling, man, in a state of depression, man. I think it kicked in that middle-age crisis, man. And I just made up my mind then, because February 2009, when my nephews died, I went to Mexico by myself. And then 2 months later, I was in the Philippines. And I've been coming back ever since. But that's what did it for me. You know, I just had that impending doom, like, man, you know, I was thinking I was in the fourth quarter then, Kesman. And I was like, you know, I just want to be happy, man. That's all. Yeah. Seeing someone die is like seeing someone die from cancer. They lose a lot of weight, can't eat. It's hard to see. Yeah, you know, it's crazy. Why they even did that. You know, he was in the point where what do you call that, man? My man is just gone blank to the hospice. Sent him home. There's nothing else they can do. So my sister put his hospital bed in the living room, and everybody was just coming over there to see him. I don't know if I'd want that for me. But he didn't know it, but it was bad. It was really bad. Golden Gate said, Calvin, the vlogger scene is getting messy to the extreme. Andy Omar reverse engineered the voice from Alex Living Abroad channel, and it sounds like him, crazy stuff. Yeah, somebody had warned me of that months ago. He said, AI, he said, I can see it coming over here, doing, you know, affecting the vlogging over here, because the trolling here is bad. I mean, it really is bad. And he said, Calvin, be careful. He said, I'm pretty sure somebody's going to do you. This is months ago. I don't know who it was. Was it Kaz or Christopher? Somebody told me a long time ago, Golden Gate, that this was coming. And I saw that, man. I'm saying, you know, what's going to happen, man? These guys are eventually going to mess with the wrong person. Why would you come over here and put your life on the line like that and act stupid like that? These are grown men, but it's just like Grumpy Dude Bryan said. These cocksuckers are number immature boys going around and wearing grown men clothes. It's bullshit, man. I mean, you know, we catch so much hell over here. Now you're going to do that. I don't know, man. He warned me of that. He said, Cal, it's coming. And he was right. When I saw it, it came across my feed. And I saw it, I was like, well, it's here now. I guess they're going to go through and do everybody now, you know. Happy Man 6920 said, yeah, Shine, when we get somewhere between 50 and 60, I believe we as men really just want to be happy. Yeah, we know we got more time behind us than we do in front of us. It starts messing with your mind. I was 45 when my nephew, he died in June 2008. So yeah, I was 45. I hadn't turned 46 yet when my nephews died. And that's when I said, man, I started making plans then. And when I came to the Philippines, I knew then. I said, yeah, this is just what I was looking for. I love the child said hospice. Yes, I knew a nurse who took care of an AIDS patient in 1989. Very depressing occupation. I mean, it was just ugly. I mean, I think he was such a great guy. I mean, my mother loved him. And for him to, I thought he was humiliated myself. I would have never did that to my husband or wife. I mean, it was just terrible. You know, I just came because I didn't know what to expect. They said, hey, you know, if you want to come over here and say, you know, goodbye to Evan, come on. I didn't know what was waiting, man. It was a horror show, man. And I really felt bad for him. Of course, he was a big time University of Louisville fan. And, you know, she buried him in all his Louisville, the overpass, all his Louisville gear. I miss him, man. 2008, you know, I had no idea that, you know, he was swinging that way. Casman Fly said, my question was that things that you said you wouldn't do and were set to do when you were younger that you see yourself open to now doing. I don't understand your question. I never thought about moving outside the United States. That's one thing I never thought I would ever do. It never even crossed my mind. I was chasing the American dream over there for years, Casman, if that's what you're saying. But you know, some things that happen professionally too. See, around that time, you know, my insurance business was kicking off and, you know, things was really, really good. And then around 2011, my contract expired because the company moved out of town. I could have followed them. But remember, I'm in this midlife crisis. So I accepted a job working for somebody else and I was passed up, you know, for a promotion. He promised me, he said, yeah, you know, I know you got experience with your own agency and everything. And have the agents that were producing in the company, they followed me to the company. So he promised me that. And he ended up giving it to this white woman with no experience at all. And I was like, oh man, you know, and it was like the straw that broke the camel's back. I said, I'm out of here, man. I'm not dealing with this anymore. And I started making my plan to get out of there. I mean, you'll know, it's a knowing. You will know when it's time. And then you'll know, I was talking to a guy the other day, he said, how did you know the Philippines was the place for you? I said, it's a knowing. You'll know whatever place you go to when it grabs a hold of you, you'll know. And that's what happened. But hot water, haircuts, handicap accessories, what we say, friends, clothing, yes, clothing. Now shoes, I can get shoes here that fit me, but clothing, I can't. You're going to have to deal with that on a daily basis. Because I think Angelo Habib, he's coming here in the next couple of days. He said, hey, I'm 5'8", 200 pounds. I said, yeah, you're going to have a problem finding clothes. Okay. He said, that's how Thailand is for me. I get a good feeling from that place. So, oh, well, then that's your answer then. But when's the last time you been? Go back and make sure you get that same happy feeling again. But prescriptions, okay, is another thing that you may want to work on and research to make sure that you can get your prescriptions over here. A lot of guys go without their prescriptions over here, believe it or not. Okay, are their main ones, Now, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't suggest you do that at all, but it's just a challenge of living in the Philippines, because what happens is over here, they're pushing generics like everywhere else. Even in America, when I was working in the Medicare field, if the doctor put them on a prescription, the insurance company would balk. They would say, hold on, you got to do step therapy, meaning you have to try the generic first, then the next, and then the next. You got to step up. Then you got to, show us that it's not helping you before we'll put you on the expensive name brand drug. Joe says, are the clothes too small? Absolutely. They're much too small. This is an American. My buddy Rock Harmon bought me 2 of these from the States when he came. Now, this is American. I'm going to show you something real quick. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, okay. Now, this is a 2X Filipino size. This is 2X Filipino size right here. And when I wear these shirts, but when I put them on, man, I mean, they're skin tight. I can't move. I'll put them on, because all you can see is boots on the ground, but I can't wear this outside. I'm an XL in American size, but over here I'd be a 4X. If you can find a 4X. And that's crazy, but yeah, that's what it is. Dean Law said, what is the coverage for prescription drugs with health insurance in the Philippines? I'm not sure, but they're going to, start you on generics. That's what they're pushing. And which generics is the same, guys. It's the placebo thing in your mind, because all a generic drug is, you can't use the name brand. Okay, the way it works in the medical field, in the drug field is, okay, say for instance, Viagra. Okay, it has the rights to that name and patent for so many years. Well, at the end of those years, I can create the same exact pill, but I can't call it Viagra. I'll just call it by its real name. Okay? Because you'll see Viagra, then you'll see in parentheses the original clinical name for it. So then that's what I can come up with. I can produce that and then sell it. So there's really no difference between name brand and generic. I learned that, after working in the health insurance field for 16 years. It's just the cost, because, the brand name, they're earning money. Jacob Tanjet, no, who is this? Corey Moore says, shout out to the Passport Bros. Bring your own American clothes. I get them shipped, exported over. Yeah. Or you can go to one of these tailors over here. But I'm just saying, most of us, we get our stuff off the rack, and it's going to be trouble. Underwear, everything, man. It's not going to fit you. That's just another thing that you got to deal with. And I say this all the time, and people are like, oh, what are you talking about? Language over here. No, nobody speaks English over here, guys. They can speak it, but they don't speak it. Okay? I'm just being honest with you. And why would they speak it? They're in their home country. But very seldom do you hear English here, even in my own house. You just got to get used to that. Okay, it's going to take you a while to get fluent enough to pick up on what people are saying. Even though they can speak English, man, they can't pick up on what I'm saying a lot of times, because I'm speaking slang, I'm speaking fast. It's going to be the same thing for you when you try to learn their language. But language, you just got to deal with that. I don't care where you go, they're not sitting around in Starbucks speaking English. And anybody that tells you that, they're lying. W Secrets to Success Blocks in Thailand, you can find large size clothes, but shoes are another story. Now, I was told certain places here where more Americans are, like Angeles City, up that way, Manila. There's a place in Manila where you can get larger size clothes, but for the most part, you can't do it. Jacob Chandra said, thumbs up, guys. Yeah, for the most part. But this language is something you got to get used to. And that goes with the friends. That's why it's good to have friends that you can converse with, even talk on the phone with. Because you'll go home here. I know when I go home, I talk English so little that, man, they're probably going to think I'm speaking Tagalog when I get home. You get out of practice. I mean, I talk to Marilyn, real basic stuff. What do you want for dinner? Or where are we going on vacation? There's nothing, special. Nothing deep. But that's one of the things that, the Philippines gets, that makes people retire here. They think they're going to hear English all the time. The flip side of that is all the signage is in English. When you go to the restaurant, the street signs, everything, but they don't speak English here. Alexander Battle says, and get used to wearing sandals. It's the look in Southeast Asia since coming back from Taiwan. I wear sandals every chance I get. Sort of elegant, really. Yeah, and it's comfortable. It's comfortable, man. You don't want, it's hot over here. It's just a tropical weather. And you don't want to be wearing shoes all the time, tied up shoes. The Global Vagabond said, same thing happened to my dad. He was passed over by a lady with zero experience and then laid off. He always said, if you want to understand office politics, find out who is sleeping with whom. Yeah, this guy, I wasn't even okay. He was my manager. He got a promotion, a big promotion. He became like the regional manager. So he said, yeah, Calvin, I'm going to refer you, as my replacement. And, he's getting me ready. Then all of a sudden, it was crickets. I didn't hear anything. And then when I come up for my yearly review, he says, yeah, they're going to give you the job, but they said, wait till we get a certain amount of members. And I just looked at him like, man, do you think I'm stupid? And the very next day, literally the very next day, we get an email from the new manager. Not only is she the manager of the independent agents, she's the manager of the captive agents, and never had any experience at all. And then that's when I started checking out. And 2 weeks later, I gave them my 2-week notice. I'm not gonna put up with it. And I just said, I want to do something else. What's up, Chase? Kesman says, so in your opinion, life choices can always change as time goes on, so it's best to adapt to the situation. Yeah, you gotta have, right now is all we got, okay? It's nothing wrong with making plans, though. Having goals and making plans, and you know your situation better than anybody. You might be saying, man, I'm tired of over here, high prices. I'm never gonna own a home over here. That was another thing that kind of pushed me further to leaving. When my American divorced, and we end up losing the house because she wants to be stubborn. And all that work, all that money, 7 years down the drain. I said, I'm going to buy me a house somewhere. I don't know where, I don't know how, I don't know when. No one's going to be able to take it from me. That had a lot to do with it. Life will show up, Kesman. I promise you it will, if it hasn't already. And it can kind of push you in the direction you're trying to go, but you have to have an idea where you're going. You can't just be wandering around out here. That's probably how you got your job or the woman you with. You start getting specific and put it out there in the ether out there. You'll be shocked what comes back. But yeah, hey, what's up, Smiley? Thanks for that super chat. He said, what's up, Brother Cal? Hope all is well with you and your family. You're welcome back, man, to the Philippines. I know you're happy. Hell, especially just with the weather, man. You know. Corey says, good to learn some Tagalog language, especially if you plan to move to the country or married to a beautiful Filipino to bring back to the U.S. Yeah, you know, it works both ways. I know enough Bisaya because they don't speak Tagalog here where I am. They know it, but they don't speak it. They speak Bisaya. So it all depends on where you live, Corey. Okay, now if I live in Luzon, then I'm probably going to speak Tagalog. But Central Visayas, Mindanao, I'm speaking Bisaya, Cebuano, something like that. And I only want to know just enough to be respectful if I'm over here. You get in trouble when you know too much over here, when you learn too much. I'm just being honest. You know, that's what got that guy killed. He knew what they were saying about him and it pissed him off. He gets up and argues with him and they shoot him in his head. Well, it ain't worth it. But if I don't know what you're saying, it's not going to hurt my feelings. You know, and then if I bring her back to the U.S., she needs to sharpen up on her English. It's the same way over here. I don't force people to speak English over here. I don't even expect them to. That's why I'm telling you guys, this is something you have to get used to. You're in the Philippines, man. If they speak English, they're being gracious to you. Okay, history matters, man. They're like, we're going to speak our own language. We're trying to speak in Spanish and English, American English. Hey, Don Boulay says, hello, Shan. I believe many Western men are waking up and seeing the reality of the situation around them and how they are treated. How were you treated by the locals, and do you feel it's genuine? Yes, it's genuine. Because, you know, Filipinos, they don't ask you for nothing. You know, this is is it a pirate smile? I don't know, but I've been over here on and off for 15 years. It feels genuine to me because no one really asked me for anything. Remember, they could turn on us at any minute, man, and make life miserable for us over here, but they just don't do it. Filipinos leave you alone, man. They really give you that type of respect that you deserve. I don't get the same respect at home where I pay my taxes and vote and work like a Hebrew slave for 40 years. I don't get the same respect. Sam McCall said, get used to no toilet seats. Yeah, but in my house, we got regular toilet seats. And I didn't put that down there, but that's something that I don't have to deal with on a daily basis. But that's like a culture thing. But in the condominiums that you're going to rent and all of that, most of them are going to have regular toilets. But I see what you're saying. But this isn't something that, you know, unless you live in a province or something like that, you're certainly going to have to get into your mind that you're going to have to buy toilet paper because they do not buy toilet paper here. You got to make sure you got that toilet paper and paper towels. And I buy the best over here. It's not expensive. It's called Sanicare, Sanicare. I mean, the toilet tissue so good, you could use it. I mean, it's soft. It's 3-ply. And you could dry your hands off with it. And it won't tear. But yeah, But those toilet seats, you go to the mall, yeah, they're not gonna be there. But for the most part, where we live, everybody's place I've been to got a regular seat. But yeah, I hear you. Yeah, you certainly gonna have to buy your own toilet paper. Okay, there. Hey, Smiley, thanks for that super chat. He said jet lag is a bitch, still trying to shake it off. Yeah, well, they think I'll be joking about that. You know, that's why I tell guys, man, come over here, hang around your hotel Airbnb for a couple of days. It's going to make all the difference in the world. You know, Chocolate Man Mike, Philippines Experience says, don't bring your woman back. Stop the negative talk. A man can do what he pleases. He said, yeah, get used to the heat. The humidity ain't no joke. Don Boulay says, yeah, Chocolate Man in this day and age, men are rolling the dice. Yeah, they are. He says you have to deal with no toilet seat until you replace the toilet. I was happy to see that toilet gone. But you got to make sure you get the toilet paper and get good toilet paper, because some of this toilet paper over there, one ply, it's not even worth the money. I mean, it's not even worth it, guys. Don't be cheap when it comes to toilet paper and paper towels. Go ahead and get that Santa Care, any three ply. I mean, it's worth it. Alexander Ballard says, hey, Cal, can you flush toilet paper there? In Taiwan, you didn't flush the toilet paper. Well, they asked you not to, but that's just what I'm, you know, we've got, in my house, we've got a, what you call a septic tank. Okay. It's not like a maze of piping and all that. It basically comes right out of the toilet and right into the septic tank. I'm not used to wiping my butt and throwing the, you know, toilet paper, you know, in the, that's not sanitary to me. So yeah, I just do what I'm used to doing. But 99 times out of 100, I'm not going to use it at the mall or anywhere like that anyway. Alexander, I'm just going to hold it until I get home. Angelo Habib says, why do they take off the toilet seats anyway? Well, they just don't put them on, and you got to realize they're using the toilet the proper way. We're the ones who aren't. That's why we get sick. You can't, you know, using the toilet is all about gravity, man. You're sitting like this. They're sitting like this. They're squatting, okay, with their feet on that basin. They're squatting. So their butthole is here. Let's say here. Well, let's go here. Their butthole is here. You're like this. Your butthole is here. So that's why we're so full of shit. We can't get it out of us. They're doing it the right way. That's just all about comfort and all that soft stuff that we're accustomed to in the West, man. We're soft over there. That's why I'm telling y'all this stuff. You got to get if you're going to move over here to the Philippines or visit, it's some things that you're going to have to get used to not being a part of your life that you have over there. That soft ass life over there. Everything's done for you. They'll even find you a job for you. But we're soft over there, man. Alpino says, I love using the bidets better and cleaner than toilet paper. Yeah, but I don't know how to use it. And then if you're especially if you're out. Now in the hotel, you usually see it, and you can have them. You have one installed at home, but you got to learn how to use that damn thing. You shoot yourself in the balls with that. Yeah, you won't be using nothing. You got to know how to use that thing. And I certainly don't want to put it right in my butt and shoot the damn water up in my intestine. You got to know what you're doing, man. Nobody ever gave us that lesson. It's crazy, but it's true. You better learn. You better let somebody teach you how to use that thing, man. You're going to hurt yourself. What time is it, Travels? What's up, buddy? He says, Cal was checking out Apple Hernandez live stream. She was cooking in a skimpy dress. I mean, the guys was thirsting over her, giving big money super chats. I just laughed. Yeah, I'm glad she finally came to her senses. She's getting the bag, but I'm going to tell you guys, it's just got so bad over here now. I mean, they can never say I'm exploiting women, man. They would be ashamed of themselves to even accuse me of that. Because now it's gotten to the point, I mean, just about every Filipina vlogger that does live stream, she's just sitting on there with skimpy clothes or sexy clothes and just sitting there. You see how I'm conversating with you guys and doing everything. They're not doing anything. They're just sitting there. And guys are just, every now and then they'll look like this and say, and read a question and that's it. I'm not knocking them. I'm just telling you this is what it's gotten to. We're that thirsty. And it just somebody must have got into her head. I tried to tell her that a long time ago when she was trolling me. I said, lady, don't you know the money that women are, Filipino vloggers are earning over here? And you want to be a troll? But yeah, it's crazy, man. And these are guys who will never come over here. I mean, if you're going to do something like that, you might as well, if you want to see Filipinos in action, not that phony stuff like that, go to Jungle Man Space Cowboys live streams. He got real women on there, real bar girls. You know, they're showing everything. He said a portable and foldable toilet seat. He says, I brought my blood pressure prescription and get my meds from Mercy Drug Store. Yeah, it just depends on what you're taking. But just make sure, because I know a lot of guys who are on diabetic medication, they have a hard time getting it, you know, and for some reason, I don't know, it just seems like even though they do the same thing, all diabetic medicines not the same. And, you know, you don't want to play with that. So if you're on something, you just make sure that you can get it when you get over here. That's all. Abel's Journey says an inexpensive add-on bidet for your toilet is worth every dollar and easy to install on the standard toilet plumbing and no tissue needed. Yeah, but we need some lessons, Abel's Journey. I mean, really. And then what are you doing? Are you wiping with your hand to make sure it's all gone? I don't get it. I don't know how to use it. I know I sound stupid, but I don't. I've never used it. I see the principle of it, that because that water comes out fast. You know, I mean, what do you put it right on your butthole and shoot it 6 inches away and shoot it? What do you do? Because more than likely, the pressure of the water coming out there, man, your clothes are going to be wet. You better take off all your damn clothes. I don't think you want to do that at the mall. You got to strip butt naked, or you're going to get, everything's going to be wet. Socks, shoes, shorts, especially. So somebody needs to come on here. Why don't they do that? One of these Filipino vloggers. Show us how to use a bidet, not the damn dipper, because they use the dipper. I don't even know how that works. How you gonna get that done with that dipper? No. Casman Fly said, Calvin, when a person goes overseas, how long do you recommend for them to stay to get a good feel of the place? Well, I just tell people stay as long as you can and bring as much money as you can afford. Because it's going to take more than one time. You can't come over here one time and say, okay, this is what I want to do. Nowhere. I mean, some places are going to grab a hold of you, Casman, more than others. But, I mean, if you're going to talk about, selling everything and, and moving to a whole other country on another continent, it's different from Mexico. We're on a whole other continent. Mexico, you're on the same continent. And you're basically in the same damn general vicinity, really. You're on the same patch of land, really. You got to make some exploratory trips. I made 20 some odd trips. I mean, see, you're young, okay? You can't retire right now anyway. So why not come here for 2 or 3 weeks, go back, do it again, go back, this time move around. I would. I came here in 2009. I didn't move here until 2018. But I say, bring as much money as you can afford, and stay as long as you can. Hey, what's up, Don Ridgeway? I see where Baltimore Ravens won their football game. I don't follow sports, but I do like Lamar Jackson. He went to college in Louisville, Kentucky. I watched him when he was just a young boy. Link1111 says, hey, Cal, I hear that cockroaches are larger than birds over there. Is this true or false? Some sleep with screens over their bodies as well. As all this true? Yeah, they're big. They're not as big as birds, but they're big. They're just like, what we call them water bugs over in America. They're just cockroaches here. But you don't see a bunch of them. The only time I see them, and I see them in my house, is when it's getting ready to rain. You may see one. I may see one a week. Yeah, they're big. Yeah, people sleep with screens where the mosquitoes are bad. Say, for instance, when I was down in Mindanao, the girl I was dealing with, her family lived right on the beach. So, mosquitoes are going to be there. Yeah, we slept under a mosquito net. That's what it is. So, all that's true. But I don't sleep under a net here. I don't have to. Mosquitoes are no worse here where I am in St. Carlos City right here than I am at home. I promise you, man, I can't even tell you the last time I was even bitten by a mosquito unless I go to the beach. Anywhere you near that water, they're coming for you, buddy. But yeah, the cockroaches are big. I love the child said, I always bring my own toilet paper. Yeah. Grumpy Dude Burn said, actually, I would prefer the bidet one that some toilets are with. A cool spits of water feels better than that scratchy one-ply toilet paper they sell in many places. Yeah, I use the 3-ply, but I just need to know how to use it, guys. Because one is not going to get your butthole clean. Somebody needs to get on here and now, you're on your own all fours and you got your girlfriend there squirting the damn thing, cleaning you, then maybe that's different. But if I'm sitting down now, the bidet is here, and I don't know. Do I shoot down? Do I shoot up? We need some instructions, guys. Otherwise, your clothes are gonna be destroyed. Because that water, it doesn't just come out; it shoots out. Probably, I'm gonna say 25 psi, man. It's coming out of there. You don't believe me? He said, do they have Amazon in the Philippines? They do. I've received a shipment here before. He said, W Secrets to Success says, man, y'all better start using baby wipes versus dry ass toilet paper. Yeah, but what I'm saying is you're still gonna have shit on your damn on the baby wipes. It's not like, and then what you gonna do? Throw it in the garbage too? That's what I don't like. You know, I don't want that. I don't want to have to go back in the bathroom, you know, throw my paper away and there's a shit stained baby wipe sitting there. Okay. I'm just being honest. You know, I can't wrap that around in my mind unless you're gonna, and then it's gonna stink. Okay, you got to throw it outside or wherever the minute you wipe your ass. We need to talk about this more often. I've got a septic tank at home. That's the only place I use it at home anyway. You know, to do the number two is at home. I don't care how bad I got to use it. Only one time did I get stuck in the valve, and that was a disaster. He said toilet paper and wipes. Yeah, I'm just saying I'm using good toilet paper, but sometimes, okay, I'm gonna tell you what I'll do, what I will do. If, say for instance, because I only buy 4 rolls of toilet paper because basically I'm the only one using it. So say for instance, I go in there and all the toilet paper's gone. I'll take the soap and I'll wipe my butt, okay, rinse the soap off, wipe it again, rinse the soap off. Then I'll take a rag with water and just keep washing until it's clean. That's a whole lot better. Then I'll clean the rag out and put it in the washing machine. That's really the best way to do it because that's basically what they're doing. Okay, because toilet paper is not going to get everything anyway. Then you got stripes in your drawers. Then they talking about you. Alpino says, when I hit the malls, they're always got the baby wipes just in case. Yeah, then you would need them there. You know, but y'all know y'all flushing them damn things. He said you gotta hover. Yeah, it is a science. Yeah, he said this is some shitty content tonight, but this is something that we have to talk about, guys, because when you get over here, that's what's going to slap you in the face. I'm glad that Sam McCall brought it up. You know, but I brought up the toilet paper because you're going to be faced with that. If you take it for granted, you coming from home and you go in the bathroom and there's no toilet paper there. Or in the mall or whatever, you're like, well, what the hell am I supposed to do? Or they're going to have a big sign, don't flush anything. And you're like, well, what am I supposed to do with this damn toilet paper? But this is what we're talking about today. The challenges of living in the Philippines. Okay, it's going to trip you out when you see them washing dishes with cold water. Okay? All right? I'm just telling you guys. It's not going to sit well with you because you know they're not sanitizing the dishes. It's just like taking the fork out of somebody else's mouth and putting it in your mouth, as far as I'm concerned. You know. He says economics. Yeah, I've got that on here, believe it or not. You think I'm joking? That's the second thing I got. The economy is totally different here. You got to learn a whole new monetary system and everything. And you have to learn it so well so you'll know if you're being overcharged or not. And the only way you're going to really do that is, you know, repetition and asking, am I paying too much for this? Because you're going to get that calculator going in your head. You'll see a comb, 200 pesos. Well, that's only a little bit over $3. That's not too bad because I really need it. When you can get a comb here for 15 pesos. But yeah, the economy, because you're going from a dollar economy to a peso economy, man. It's hard to do. It takes a long, long time. But you'll realize it because you'll start speaking in pesos like I do now. I don't even know when that happened. It just happened. Just one day I just stopped talking dollars. I start talking pesos with everything. And it was only this time since I've been here for 5 years did that happen. Me coming back and forth, it never happened. It was only when I started living here full time did all of a sudden I just wake up one day and I quit talking dollars. I use pesos now. Yeah, but you got to know what you're doing. He says, Patrick Blackrock said, get a little stool to step up and get all that waste off your system. See, this is the reason why they don't have toilet seats. They squat, which is the best way. Your knees should be higher than your butt. Ours is not. Ours is equal to our butt. So it's not all coming out, guys. This is real science here. But when you squat, your knees is here. Your butt is here. When you're there, your knees is here and your butt is here. This level. It's not coming out. It's not always coming out. So what'll happen is you'll use the bathroom, you'll wipe your butt and do everything else, then walk in the room and then you still got to use it again. How many times does that happen? Because you're not in the proper position, man. Yeah, first world problem. Yeah, shoot yourself in the balls with that. That 30 PSI water. You won't use a bidet again. I guarantee you that. Yeah, we need to know. He said, do you take trips to other countries outside the Philippines or just stick to the Philippines? I usually just, when I have to do a visa run, I went to Thailand. But I just stick here because you can't see all the Philippines, man. You know, before I would even think about going somewhere else, I'd have to see. It's so much I still haven't seen that I should have seen by now. And once I can see at least all the tourist places, then I'll be thinking about going to Malaysia, Vietnam, back to Thailand, Cambodia, because they're right here. And remember, see, I got a family, man. It's hard for me to do the stuff that a single guy like you could do, Kesman. See, you're single. You know, I got Booby to think about, you know. I can't just get up and leave like that. But somebody like you, or Chase, you single guys, he says, it's true. I've been around the world and most countries are way ahead of the USA in terms of toilet hygiene. They clean themselves very thoroughly. See, you're perfectly right about this, but we're under the delusion that we're ahead of the world in everything. Somebody's told us that and we believed it. We're not, man. We're way behind in a lot of stuff. Sex, we're way behind. You know, we're still scared of a naked body. Certainly toilet hygiene. I mean, we're still using the toilet like they did back in the 18th and 19th century, man. It's no different. Joe says, what did you spend on your house? Give it to us in dollars and describe your house. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. 1 million pesos, which right now, at that time I built it 2 years ago, I spent $20,000. So with the dollar being what it is now, it would have been more than 1 million pesos. But at that time, it was 1 million pesos, which turned out to be, that's what I paid. But with the peso being what it was, it was 20,000. Okay, but right now it would only be $17,800. Okay, 2-bedroom, 1-bath. It's 58 square meters. But I built my guest house for another, I'm gonna say 6,000. Just, you know, and that's another bedroom and another bath. So you're talking about, you know, for my house, about just say $18,000. You know, I mean, this house is big enough too. You think, oh, 58 square meters, that's nothing. Okay, right. Everybody comes over here, they can't believe. They say, no, it's bigger than that. It's not. It's the way that it's the floor plan. And that's where I got the idea. See, now it would cost me more. This house would probably cost 1.5 at least, I'm going to say. Because of inflation, I built my house during the pandemic where it was crickets. Nobody was building, you know. People was happy that you were there buying supplies and stuff like that. But now it's different. It's open back up. You may get this house for, I'm going to say 1.5 to 1.7, just as it is right now. But there's no, the thing about that is there's no mortgage. And see, you can't wrap your mind around that. You're like, how can you have a house for 17, just say $18,000? It just doesn't make sense. Go and look at how any video I did about my house. Anybody that's been over here tell you, man, it's a nice house. I mean, it's not going anywhere. This house will be here as long as we take care of it. It'll be here forever. Because most of the houses you see in the Philippines, they're built the same way. As long as you maintain it. And that's what I'm going to do. But, I've got a friend now. He's looking for some land over here. Maryland's been taking him around. I think he's scared to pull the trigger, really. He's looking for the perfect situation. You're not going to find the perfect situation. We bring ourselves with us, and it's going to hinder us, man. We get in our own way over here. I mean, he's got some good he's got presented with some good deals, but he, walked away from them for one reason or not, because we're thinking in terms of that dollar economy. We're not thinking in terms of the peso economy over here. Or he may have seen somebody else build a house like me and say, well, I want that same exact house. Well, you got to pay a whole lot more for it. A whole lot more than what I paid. But I would tell you, even if you are thinking about building a house and you get a piece of land presented to you that's a good deal and it's a clear title and it's a clear title, you got to pull the trigger and do it. Because there's somebody else looking at that land, believe it or not. The last lot that they were looking at, the owner, I would have bought it if I'd had the money. The owner has to have an operation. So he basically cut the price in half. I was like, man, don't you know you could buy that even if you don't want to build on it and just resell it and earn all that free. That's free money over here, guys. I mean, they were presented with a deal where they could have got free money. I don't know what they would think. If I would have had that money, and Maryland knows, I would have bought that. And then I would have sold it for the original price. But now there's a Filipino lawyer that's looking at the land. Like, he's thinking the same thing, But yeah, and what's going to happen when you build a house, it's going to cut down on your expenses. And you say, well, I want an out plan. What if I have to leave? Well, more than likely, you're going to be here. Look at me. I've been here 5 years, going on 6. And most people are like that. They'll say, I ain't going to get in. I ain't going to buy a house because I'm only going to be here a year or 2. Then they look up. The Philippines has been open for 2 years already. Look at all the rent you've paid. Okay, remember I was telling y'all about the guy who's spending $80,000 per month just for rent in Iloilo. In 1 year, that's $1 million pesos. He could build him a house with that. Or, start it in 2 years, certainly. Have his own damn house. Jim Jones said, Cal, did you hear about Old Dog new tricks are going after him? They may need your help. No. Con artists. He said, Cal, did you hear about the con artist Duma? Oh, okay. Who? I never heard of him. You know, I don't be in all that stuff, guys. I don't be into drama and all that. He says, Paul, Old Dog, and the experts are going after him. They may need your help. Now, they're gonna need my help. They don't need my help for nothing else. Why would they need my help going after somebody? I don't get involved in all this stuff. Yeah, it is a steal. But that's one of the things about being in the Philippines. I'll be damned if I'm going to come over here and negate one of the prime reasons people come over here, because it's cheaper. Well, I'm not going to spend $80,000 a month. I mean, that's his money. I don't tell him how to spend. I'm saying I'm not going to do it. I met a guy, okay, believe it or not, and I hope he's moved, because he shocked me. He's one of my subscribers. He stayed in the Horizons 101. He was there that's when I met him, when the Typhoon Odette was there. And we're downstairs, out front. And he says, yeah, I live here. I've been living here for X amount of time. I said, well, what do you guys? He said he got a 2-bedroom condominium up there for 40,000 pesos a month. This is 2021. I'm like, 40,000. I couldn't believe it. In the Philippines? Yeah. I wouldn't do that. The Global Vagabond said, do they do long-term leases over there like 10 to 20 years? Well, land, you can get 50 years, 25-year lease, and then renew it for 25. Yeah, it's tropical here. But yeah, let's go, to the list. We talked about what? Language. We talked about the economy. We talked about friends, clothing, prescriptions, handicap, driving. We didn't talk about. I don't drive here. Okay. You got to get used to, if you're going to drive, a lot of guys just come over here and get behind the wheel. And I guess if you're going to drive, that's probably the best thing to do. Just go on and get out there and jump on the horse. But I just want to warn you that if you're ever in an accident, it's going to be your fault, more than likely. And even if you're not, the person you have an accident with more than likely is not going to have insurance. It's just, the risk you take from driving. So you got to make that decision right away. Because there's very few people that I've met over here who drive who haven't had an accident. Whether it was serious or not, they've been involved in an accident over here. And I'm just sitting back looking at it for 15 years. And that's why I said I'm not driving. The only thing I drive is my bicycle, because the guy who came to see me the other day, Jay, he was like, you don't drive at all over here, do you? I said, no. I said, do you? He said, yeah, I do. He said, but he was just in an accident in Siquijor. And, there's nobody on the road in Siquijor, but they'll find a way to hit you over here. And I said, well, do you have to go to court or whatever it is, and blah, blah, blah. He said, I don't know yet. I haven't received anything. But I'm pretty sure he had because he was renting the motorcycle. When you rent these motorcycles, guys, read the fine print. Because I asked him, I said, well, did you sign a waiver that says, hey, that you're not responsible or something? How does that work? Do you got to pay for the motorcycle? See, a lot of us don't know. We just go in there, fill out, sign our name, show them the ID, our passport, and jump on the damn motorcycle. Now, he's then, he's tore up the motorcycle. Well, I don't know if he tore it up, but he damaged it. So he may have to pay for that. Yeah, let's get rid of that Jones guy if y'all see him. Okay, he's gone, yeah. I don't know what he's talking about. Okay, Mithringle, thanks for that super chat. He says, wipe first, then scoot forward on the seat, resting your junk on paper on front of the seat. Okay. Then light spray or pour water using right hand down the lowest part of your back. Left hand use soap. So you're using soap and the bidet at the same time. And you just keep doing it until you don't see anything. Just make sure your aim is right, because if not, that water's going to go up your back. And then your underwear, then you got to walk around the mall with wet clothes. But thank you, brother, because we never even got an explanation. I mean, I really appreciate this, because I just would see it and I'd be like, well, hell, it would be okay if I'm in the shower and I could, shoot myself all I want until it stops coming out. But basically, that's what I'm doing. I'm taking the soap, the bar soap, wet it, wipe it down, and then, till it's gone. Then I take the rag and basically rinse it, clean the rag, and put it in the wash machine. He said, Jim Jones, the economy is collapsing in America. There's nowhere to go. Yeah, we got rid of them. Thanks, Jacob. I think Michael Beat Your Life is at the Sunulu. There's a lot of guys in Cebu right now. I don't even know if you got Wi-Fi or internet, because our cell phone signal, because they cut it all off for security reasons during the Sunulu. But it's the Grand Parade is today. If you want to see all that extravaganza, now's the time to do it. He said, Mithringo, I'm good on that, man. Y'all are not selling the bidet to me. Similar reason I don't care for my booty to get ate out. Wow. Yeah, I don't play that either. And I don't get that either. I don't understand what that is. Is that some type of ego thing? What woman would even do that? Or why would you even want to do that? Why would you want your woman to do that to you anyway? I mean, see, that's getting too fruity for me. And whatever you want to do is on you. I mean, it's your business, but I'm like, wow. I don't want anything done back there that's going to bring me pleasure. Okay? No, that's too crazy. I won't do that. Abel's Journey says, my bidet has needle point accuracy. Hits me right where the sun don't shine. LOL. For you baseball fans, that's right in the strike zone. No foul balls here. Pun intended. Yeah, I think I'm going to pass. I'm going to just keep on going with it, man. And because I don't use it. It's not like at home where when you're little, you use so much toilet paper, you're stacked up to here because you don't want your hand touching nothing. I'm not even worried about that now. So I may use 3 or 4 sheets of toilet paper to wipe my behind, and I flush it. And then I wipe it with my rag and soap. Zoe says, I'm glad that you've given your time to discuss cleaning your private area. It is not what? Yeah, that's gay, man. I mean, I'm not talking about gay people, but I'm not gay, so it ain't something I want to do. But y'all remember when I was talking about Shannon Sharp, right? And now it's all over the place, but he's traveling with this guy, and it shocked me because this guy was a football player for Louisville, the University of Louisville, when I was in Louisville, when I'm still living there. And he went on to play for the New York Jets and I think the Atlanta Falcons. But anyway, this pictures with him and the same guy that Shannon Sharpe is traveling with. And you know, they saying that they're a couple. Neil Davis said that's a European thing. You will find that a lot in Germany. German women, that's what that's what they like. Yeah, I'm sorry. Passport X said Cal is a hotel across the street from the Viper Gym. Reasonable. It is. It's nice too. The Palau. There's no swimming pool, but it's nice. One of my subscribers was here staying there, and he ran into the problem we were talking about, the clothing. So I took him like 4 or 5 shirts over there, and he let me look at the room. It was nice because it's the first time I'd ever been in there. I usually stay at the Mahwani. LJ says, what do they have in the hotels and Airbnb? They'll have the bidet, but they'll also have toilet paper. David Masterson said, Cal, the challenges of living in the province may not be for me, especially if no CR there, but I can live anywhere else in the field, I'm sure. Yeah, now a lot of the men who live in the province, you know, of course, they're going to build their own home there. But, you know, you got some guys that, these younger guys that come over here, they really don't have a whole lot of income, and they'll stay with the woman and her family. Guys, I wouldn't suggest that. I wouldn't suggest that, not right away anyway. Get your feet wet, like David said, you know, live in the city, St. Carlos City, Cebu and all that, right? Until you know what you're getting yourself into. Don't just get off the plane and go up in the province. Because even though now my son's grandmother, they've got toilets up there now and running water. Well, not running water, they got electricity. They got toilets up there. When I went up there with his mother the first time, there was no toilets. Because I asked her, I was just sitting there one time and I was like, well, wow. Because they was just in a little bitty, I couldn't even call it a kubo. It was basically a little bamboo shack. And this is where they lived. You're talking about culture shock, man. That's why I love it over here. My man just exploded some of the stuff I've seen over here. Okay, but anyway, I got finished eating. I'm just looking around like, well, where's the bathroom? Where do y'all use the toilet? And she just looked at me right in the face and she said, well, over there. And they use the leaves to wipe their behind. And, you know, I was like, wow, you know, this is 2010, by the way. And you just see stuff like that. See, this is what really grabbed a hold of me. This is what I was looking for. You know, I wanted something different. I wanted to be shocked. I didn't want the same stuff I was leaving home for, you know, because I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth or anything like that. But poverty in America, you know, getting food stamps and Section 8 and all that is not the poverty over here. So, yeah, a lot of you guys, y'all better know what you're doing when you talk about, I want to move to the province. All provinces aren't the same. Some are nice. Some of them are more remote. Some of them you couldn't deal with. I was in, I'm trying to think where I was. I can't remember. Was it Lady or somewhere? Well, anyway, I went to the young lady's house where they didn't have any running water. Okay. Matter of fact, they didn't have running water or electricity. Well, they did have electricity, not running water. So I can't deal with no running water. I mean, there's just flies everywhere. I'm talking about to the point where, you know, it's just, you couldn't deal with it. I'm like, you know, I'm sorry, but I got to go. So they would take a shower. They would take a bath in the river, you know, and the river was contaminated because her skin, she's a beautiful woman, man, but her skin was all, you know, all her whole body because of taking baths in that river. So yeah, you know, every province isn't the same. It doesn't make me better than them. It's just that it made me appreciate the life I had. I really stopped complaining. The Philippines will change you. You're not going to change the Philippines. Okay. These people are strong, man. They're resilient. You know, we can learn a whole lot from them. You know, I don't look down on anybody, but you're right. The challenges of living in the province are not for everybody, man. You know, but we'll do anything for these women. Guys, okay, y'all fall in love and you be ready to move in with these women and everything. He says it's not a laughing discussion until you help someone with skin problems from not cleaning his private area. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's real. It's not. We're not laughing. I'm telling you what you're gonna have to deal with over here on a day-to-day basis. You know, um, hot water. You know, um, I think that's the one thing that kind of shocked me the first. You know, they're washing dishes without, I mean, they don't even, sometimes they don't even use a rag. You know, they'll use a sponge, and they don't have the sponge, they use their hand. See, this is the culture that we're talking about. This is a day-to-day thing. You just go in there and eat, you don't see how they cleaning it and everything, you know. But I just say, you know, pour a cap full of chlorine bleach in the water, it'll sanitize everything in there. Gerald Stillfox says, nah, you don't get your woman to do that. You get your other side piece to do that. Don't knock it. Tis glorious. Nah, I'm sorry. I don't want that. Mm-mm. Sorry. I don't want that. Y'all can have that all you want. Because pretty soon, maybe that tongue ain't going to be enough. You need something a little stronger. Uh-uh. He said, toss the salad and lick him. He said, leaves to wipe your butt. That's some straight up Tarzan action. Yeah, but what do you think paper is in toilet paper? It's the same thing. You're getting it from the trees. Unless, you know, you're getting your toilet paper made some other kind of way. It's just straight from the source. But we're not any better than anybody else because but we think we are when we come over here. We think we're at the top of the civilization heap when we're not, man. Yeah, see, he said poverty in America is privilege compared to Philippines poverty and poverty in other places. It is because of our tax dollars. You know, you pay taxes for that. Our tax base is a whole lot bigger and we pay a lot more taxes. I mean, you're paying just a regular job, they're taking 40% of your wages, man. That's a lot of money. LJ says the women are not always so fresh. Well, they really are. You know, they have different ways of doing it than us. You know, we're going to do everything we do is basically in plastic. They just do it a natural way. They got a lot of natural healing over here. Okay. Like the very first time a woman gave me head over here, right? She used toothpaste and put it around me. I don't know why, but she did. It's just little things like that that they do that we don't do over there. He says, Uncle Cal, have you seen a container house over there? I haven't, but they're popular. I've seen them on pictures and on videos, but I haven't seen one in person. There's actually a guy in Bohol. He doesn't have a YouTube channel. My buddy Mo told me about it. He stayed there at his house. he's building some type of compound where it's all container homes. Okay, he said, Cal, just sent you the email with the bidet model details. So moving forward, you can make informed decisions on it. Yeah, I mean, I would just like to have some lessons, man. Mark Patton said, greetings, Brother Cal. Some locals use plastic to pee and poo in. Yeah, if they don't have the plumbing. And then even if they do have plumbing at nighttime, you know, because they're superstitious. Like when I was down in Zamboanga, her mother would, you know, what did we call them back in the day? But they'll have a jar or something that they'll use the bathroom in, mostly wee pee in, and then pour it, empty it in the morning because they don't want to go downstairs or they're afraid to go downstairs in the dark. Passport X says the province still have midwives delivering the babies because there's no hospital in sight. Yeah, and you can take a course here. Women are, as a matter of fact, the woman that I'm telling you about over there in Lady, I believe it was Lady. It's been so long ago. That's what she was. And my son's mother, she thought she was 2 years younger than she actually was because the midwife never came back to sign the birth certificate. So when I helped her get her passport, she found out she was actually 2 years older than what she was. Instead of, she was thinking she was born June 24, 1986. It was actually June 26, 1984. Because a lot of them were with midwives. Yeah, I don't want to fuck that. Harold Wax said, Cal, you ever thought about getting the SRV 1500 visa since you're a U.S. veteran? You wouldn't have to do the visa runs. I just don't meet the other requirements, though, Harold. I don't have a pension. You have to have a pension, okay, to qualify for that. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. You have to have a pension. The only one I qualify for right now, because I don't have a pension, is $20,000, which of course I don't have. But I don't qualify for that SRV, special SRV for military until my Social Security kicks in. Jabraz says, what about adjusting to Norris AC or just a small air con instead of central air? Well, you're not going to really have to, it doesn't take a whole lot of adjusting. Because most of the places you're going to get, they're either going to have their window unit or you're going to have this is like central air. It's the closest thing to central air you're going to get in the Philippines unless you're super rich. These split air units. But if you come over here, see, most of us, we're not going to have to deal with that. I dealt with that for a whole year. When me and Marilyn, we were renting a house 2 places before we built this. All we had was a fan for a whole year. You know, you get acclimated to that, but most of us, we don't deal with that. Most of us are in a place right now that has some type of air condition, either the split aircon unit or the window unit, and it's cold enough. You know, it's not something, it's not like a haircut, Jabraz, where, you know, if you've been over here for any considerable period, at some point you're going to be scrambling to try to find somebody to cut your hair. You got to deal with that over here. It's hit and miss. And once you find a good one, you better stay with it. Otherwise, you're going to end up like me. Neil Davis said, Cal, you were never stationed in Germany. No, we did remember I was in the Navy. So we did a med cruise. We were out for 8 months and we went to Italy, which is right over there by Germany. We went to Naples, Italy, Rio de Janeiro. He says, I'm talking 1984 station, South Korea. It's like the Philippines now back then. No, I never. We went to Colombia on the way back from the med cruise. The first place we went to was Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. We were there for 5 days and 4 nights, and then the Marines were blown up in Beirut, so it took us 2 weeks to steam all the way over there, and we just sat off the coast for 73 days. We went to Haifa, Israel, Naples, Italy. Where else did we go? I'm trying to remember. We didn't go a lot of places because a lot of places were canceled because of security reasons. We went to Naples twice, actually, because you don't care really. Once you're out there on that sea like that, you just want somewhere where there's going to be a woman, where there's going to be women. We didn't go a lot of places. And the captain, we had such a cool captain on the way back to Norfolk, Virginia. He made a special stop for us in Cartagena, Colombia. You know, he did that as a gift to us because he knew we didn't hit half the places we were supposed to. We didn't go to Toulon, France. You know, just a lot of places we didn't get to go to. Because what was going on was that's the first time I ever heard of a terrorist attack. Yeah, I ain't dealing with that. Yeah. She did it. I never explained that. It was Colgate. But after that, it was just the first time she ever did it. After that, it was just a regular. You know, because she said, the first thing she told me, she said, you know, I'm doing things for you that I never did for my husband. And she said, that's probably why me and my husband are separated. He said, your girl used toothpaste? Was she using your big toothbrush? No, she used the toothpaste on my dick, man. Come on. I guess it's so she could have some type of flavor. I don't know. He said, Cal, you know you're killing the vlog competition when you can carry a strong live with a convo on managing poop sessions. Filipino fleet can't touch this, LOL. She's a superstar, man. I saw where she had one, what was it? Sleeping Booty the other day. She's telling stories and stuff. But I don't think she does. She's too big. She's so big. She doesn't need to do live streams. But if I were her, I would do them. It's just part of me giving back to my supporters, where you can ask me questions live and in person. I mean, I'm just like, I'm just regular like you guys. You know, I don't want to be seen as I don't want anybody standing in a line waiting for me to talk to me and all that. That's kind of cringy to me. That would make me embarrassed. Mike Dawsonville said my wife had to teach me how to clean my bomb. It took me a long time to get used to it. Yeah. It's crazy. Grumpy Duke Bryan says Central Air is being phased out in new construction. Split aircon is a huge cost savings over Central Air. It is, and I mean it works tremendously, man. I mean, it's not something that you're gonna have to. It's not a challenge over here, because if you come over here with an Airbnb or a hotel or apartment or rent a house, they're already targeting you, so they already gonna know they gotta have Erkan. Or they're not gonna get a lot of business. I mean, even those places that we stay in Sikiho Island. I mean, you know, you're not gonna get any more remote than that. They've got Erkan. But getting your laundry done in cold water all the time. I mean, I could see, you know, your color clothes, but your white clothes, but they've got tricks for that. They'll let the white clothes soak in bleach and, you know, a little bleach and detergent out in the sun before they wash it. And it'll get it white, but not the white that I'm used to. He said, that's why I cut my own hair, Cal, plus you get to save money. Well, I don't know if I could even, I'm not good enough unless I went to barber school. Did you go to barber school to cut your own hair? Give me some water. Do I got a drink in there? Farblazer 99 said, Calvin, we thought you had a fight with an Indian every month and lost the battle, got scalped. No, I got a bad haircut in Dumageddon. It just never grew back, man. Imagine, okay, my land was here. He took it way back. You see this dome part on my head right here? And my wife was sitting there watching it. I was more mad at her than him because I already told her, but she's on a damn phone. I said, you watch him. Don't let him go past my land. You know, and I could, you know, something told me that something wasn't right. Okay, thanks. When I'm saying, you know, what is it okay? I said, how's it look? It's okay, right? And then, you know, my son just kept looking at me. And of course, they didn't have the mirror there. So we get to Jollibee or McDonald's, whatever it was, and I see my reflection in the mirror, man. I could have fainted, man. My whole day was messed up. I hurry up and got a hat, went and got a hat. But see, that's what I like about the Philippines over here. Nobody really cared, really. Nobody, I'm pretty sure people was looking like, wow, look at his haircut. But they don't really care about stuff like that over here. Like in America, they'd have rolled me out. Well, you know, Colgate is just, oh, okay. He said the toothpaste is for your pleasure. I didn't know, man. You know, I was a rookie over here. Yeah, I mean, you can't argue with success. I don't watch her, though. I can't watch that stuff. I guess because I'm over here, you know. Bloggers really don't watch each other, really. He says, hey, Cal, you mean, no, Naples. No, it was Naples, Italy. We went to Naples. It's Naples. Yeah, well, you know, you just have to ask her, you know. She's different than a lot of the other Filipino bloggers, the Filipino people, period. If she's doing those vlogs, you know, I heard that they're scripted, you know, which a lot of them are. I don't know if she could really carry on a hour and a half or 2 hour conversation. I guess she'd be like the other ones. They just sit there. And y'all sit there and flood them with super chats and they don't say anything. I've watched like 2 or 3 of them just today. You know, they come across your screen. I'm just cutting them on there just to be curious. And they just sit there and looking on their phone and giggling. They'll look over there, hey, Jim, or whatever it is. And, you know, they got the low cut top. I mean, they got it down pat, man. You know, they playing us, man. And we're rolling, we're going for it. And I don't blame them, really. I don't blame them because YouTube, man, is not serious. This is nothing but Facebook, man, with videos. That's all it is. Don't take this YouTube so serious, guys, as we do. There's people on here. Most of the big time YouTubers, I mean, all over the world, man, it's comical. It's gossip, and it's nothing serious that you would, you know, get all excited about. You know, you'd be like, wow, man, this guy's got 1 million subscribers, and this is what he's talking about. I mean, really, it's nothing to get serious about. Do they have documentaries and stuff on YouTube? Absolutely. But most of the stuff on YouTube is junk. So they've just joined the, you know, if you can't beat them, you join them, and they get in the bag. They're getting a lot of money, man, from y'all. Hey, David, he says, thanks for that super chat. He said, Cal, another challenge for me is when I took a bus from CDO to Bukidnon. That ride scared the hell out of me, hoping the driver don't run off the road. I'm sure you have experienced those rides. Well, I went to that same route, but we were in a car. And I went to CDO to Bukidnon. That just means the mountains. And we went and toured those pineapple. This is 2010, I believe. Yeah. I mean, those pineapple plantations, man, it's crazy how huge them things are. But every time I get on a bus, I have that experience. I was in a bus accident a few months ago. I thought we were going to die, man. I mean, because you really don't know. And then some guy told me, he said, Cal, a lot of these drivers over here be getting drunk. And I never thought about that angle. But it's true. Certainly the tricycle drivers and van drivers, you don't know, man, who is driving the bus and what they've been drinking, how long they've been driving, how much sleep they had. You just get in there and hope and pray you make it. Porky says, you know, you really made it when all you have to talk about is the BBC. I've been around 499. Don't even touch 5% of white women. Y'all funny. I don't know what he's talking about. Now, see, you missed the point of the BBC video because you're a clown. The BBC video, I'll tell you again, Porky, whoever you are, probably some armchair alpha over there, is saying that more black men are coming over here to the Philippines than I've seen in my 15 years, and they are. And they're dating and marrying more Filipinas. That's what it was for. Okay? And why you worrying about whether I made it or not? Why you counting my pockets? That's the problem with a lot of you guys, man. You know, y'all worry about the wrong stuff. You know, y'all worry about the wrong stuff. Let me count my pockets. What difference does it make? Here it is, Mr. Beast. Any of you trolls watching right now, go fuck with him. He earned 56 million in 2023 off of YouTube. I earned about less than 30,000. But they weren't worried about how much money I'm earning. Go deal with him and look at what Shannon Sharp did on he did one interview. Man, y'all better get out of here fooling with us. Y'all sound stupid. You know, I mean, they're worrying about the wrong things, man. A guy earned 56 million on YouTube, and you better not get a super chat. They're gonna rake you across the coals. Y'all crazy, man. Y'all crazy. Grumpy Dude Brian says, if I were a Filipino blogger as popular as the P, no way I would do live streams unless I had 20 plus monitors watching the comments in the room. Lives on Twitch are fan only, but YouTube is cesspool. It is, but I'm saying she's so big, she doesn't need to do them. But I would do them for my viewers and subscribers, because if it were not for us, if it were not for y'all, there would be no us. It's just my way of giving back. I mean, all the meet and greets I went to in Dumaguete, she's not there. It's like, well, what are you doing for us? What are you giving back to us? To whom much is given, much is expected. But it's a double standard. And I'm not knocking her. She's so big, She don't have to do any of the stuff we do. I do it as my way of giving back. You know, I don't take YouTube serious like that anymore. When you first start, you don't know how, you know, the cesspool that YouTube is and the crazy fools out there that attack you and all that. If I'd have known that, I'd have never made a YouTube channel, but it's too late now. And now I'm getting to a point where they don't bother me, you know. But I'm saying she's also passing up a bag, a lot of money. Can you imagine? Okay. And I'm thankful for whatever super chats I get. I may get $40 or $50, you know, on average on my live streams, right? Sometimes I get more than that, but most of the time it's like $40 or $50. YouTube takes 45% of that, right? Imagine what she would get if she did a live stream. I got 248 people watching me. I don't have a pussy. Imagine if she got on her, she'd have help 2,000 people watching probably. She could probably, I'm pretty sure she'd earn just a tremendous amount of money. You know, it's just how it is, guys. I'm telling you. So I don't know, I mean, who her, who a management is or who's giving her any instructions, because they're certainly giving her instructions. I watched her from the beginning. Before I had my channel, she was a few months before me. She's totally different. I mean, she's taking it to a whole other level. You can't knock success, guys, okay? John says overseas podcasters shine a light on the countries they are living in. And in my case, I greatly appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, but the Filipino vloggers, the foreigners anyway, because the women get a pass. Man, we're attacked. I've never seen anything like it. They call us e-beggars, you know, but when all actuality, it's them people trying to get something for nothing. So I'm supposed to get on here and entertain you for free when guys are making 56 million on YouTube, but I'm supposed to do it for free. I'm not supposed to be, it's all clickbait. And they'll say, oh, you're making clickbait. It's all clickbait, guys. If it wasn't, you wouldn't earn a penny on YouTube. You try to make provocative thumbnails, titles, so people can click on it. And then that's how you bring them in. Your content keeps them there in order for you to get paid for it. But it's all clickbait. Everything on YouTube is clickbait. Happy Man 6920 says, as of Friday, Shannon Sharpe made just about $800,000 from that one video. See, but they over here worrying about me, you know. And you see most of the guys who do this, that's these old white guys on YouTube. They either live here in the Philippines or they're somewhere in America, and they sitting around and they watching the vloggers over here. And if you just get any type of help or anything, or they own you. Oh, you're e-beggar, you this, you that. I'm like, you guys are envious, man. Just come over here and do it. And it's getting so crazy now that it's hard to tell the trolls from the real people, because a lot of these new vloggers, they pretend that they're regular channels, guys, but they're not. The minute they start up, they start talking about people. I've seen it. They made me the subject. I'm like, dude, I thought you was a regular channel. Now you're going to be a troll. He said, haters going to hate, Cal. We appreciate you, bro. Yeah, thanks. I mean, I'm just telling it for the new guys, really, it's a lot of new people who are vlogging now. They have no idea what's going to happen to them once they get on the radar. They think, oh, just like me, when you got 1,000, you know, you think it's all sunshine and rainbows. The next thing you know, somebody sends you a link. Look at this video he made about you. And they talking about just the craziest stuff. Jabra says, I was thinking the same thing, Cal. P did lives, the simp would be out of control with super chats trying to get noticed by her. Yeah, she's passing up the bag. But I understand why she doesn't go to the meet and greets. Okay. Because she's a celebrity to the foreigners, guys. This young lady, man, imagine, has to put on a disguise to go around her own town of Dumageddon. Okay? Because we're so damn thirsty and run up on the girl like, you know, she's Lola Falana or some damn baddie. You know, that's how far gone we are, man. We're crazy, man. Okay? So I see why that's the case. I had a subscriber. He's over here now. It's crazy about it. I said, look, man, you're going to get in trouble. Quit making videos about her. Quit making music about her. Everything that came out of his mouth, he was stalking the girl, basically. I said, look, you can't do that over here. You're going to get in trouble. People are going to lock you up over here. All she got to do is complain one time and you're done. Calm down, man. She ain't looking at you. So, yeah. But, yeah, she's big over here, believe it or not. I don't know. Yeah, I'm just in my lane, Doran May. Thank you. He said, I appreciate your live streams, boots on the ground knowledge, and your personal experiences, Brother Cal. From your view, thanks again. That's all I am. I'm in my lane. You need channels like mine, okay? You can't have a bunch of white guys on YouTube talking about the Philippines when there's black guys over here too. And there's Asian men on YouTube too. You can't have it, guys. It's got to be somebody that's going to balance it out. This is the reason I made my channel, I promise you, man. I'm looking at YouTube and I'm like, wow, where's the black guys? Nobody's talking to me, really. I try to make my channel inclusive of everybody. But you just can't have white guys talking about YouTube, man. I'm sorry, guys. That's why channels like mine are important. Okay, you got to get another perspective. I mean, you know, it's just how it is, guys. I'm sorry. I'm just too real for you, but it's the truth. I mean, you know, you got what you got another one. You got the black Filipino, but I think he's smart. See, he's gotten away from basically the Philippine genre. He's went to something else, and it's booming. He's got another channel that does better than his Filipino channel. The Chocolate Man in Thailand. He got smart and said, let me go back to America and let me drive around the country in the damn back of a Ford van. It's brilliant, really, because over here, man, not only are you attacked, but the genre is so cluttered, man, that, you know, that you have to do something to separate yourself. And the fact that I'm just a black man speaking my mind separates me from a lot of these other guys. So it's very important, man, that I speak my mind on here, man. You know, I wasn't raised like that, man. I'm not a racist or anything. Like, I just tell you the truth. Can't have a bunch of white men sitting on YouTube talking about the Philippines. I mean, you know, you're not going to get the 100% true story. But to some of them, that's what they want. They don't want another view. So if I make just a simple video like all the BBC's invading the Philippines, which is 100% facts, they got triggered by that. They got triggered by that. Hey, Don Boulay said, Cal, it's not the clickbait. It's your character that keeps me watching you. Thank you, but it's all clickbait because that's how you get paid on YouTube. And don't ever let anybody fool you in the sense, oh, I don't want the money. You're a damn lie. If you get to the point where YouTube is paying you, you're going to take that money, and no matter how much they're giving you, you're not going to give it back. Because a lot of these, you know, the Filipino Truth and what's the other guy? Raw Facts, oh, I'm going to give my money to charity. You ain't gave a damn nickel to charity. You put that shit in your pocket. That's what you done. What's up, 53 Shades Darker? He's in Cavite. Hey, holler at my boy Sam McCall when you up there. He says it's always the same when you open yourself up. You always get attacked by some. You see what you see it for what it is, though. It's nothing. They don't do me no harm. It's just like Grumpy Dude Bryant said. There are a bunch of little boys wearing grown men's clothes. Who would sit around and do that kind of stuff? Who would take time out of their busy day? I wouldn't. And make a 10 or 15-minute video about another man, by the way. That's some homosexual stuff that they're doing. You're not that important to me that I'm going to sit there and waste 10 or 15 minutes of my time to make a video about you? Bullshit, man. I'm not going to do it, guys. I'm not. But that's what they do. Hey, KKMD Style said, this is my first time catching a live chat. Greetings. Hey, welcome, man. Yeah, you know, but he's not the only one. But it's true, but he's not the only one. I had to calm him down and say, look, dude, you're going to get in trouble. But this is why the girl has to put on, imagine a YouTube vlogger. She is. That's all she is, basically. Okay? But they made her an absolute star. She's a celebrity to a point where she's got to put on a disguise to walk around her own city. Ain't that pitiful, man? Aren't we pitiful? Because we're the ones who did that to her. I'll be damned if I'm going to put on a disguise, you know, even though people clout chase me. You see what happened in Angeles City? I just ignored him like, dude, you don't want to smoke for real. Go on and make your video and get out of here. He chose the smallest guy in there to jump on. The nicest guy, by the way. He don't realize he's opening himself up to get killed. I don't own that business. If I'm the owner of that business and some clown comes in there with all that loud stuff, running business away, by the way, I'm going to deal with you, okay? So if I got to deal with that, imagine what she's got to deal with. There's people waiting around for her to show up there so they can pounce on her and all that, make videos with her and all that stuff. You know, but yeah, you got to be careful. He says, I separate Filipino vlogs from the expats. There are great vloggers like Oliver Austria and Phil Am, like Will Dasovich. I don't expect them to participate with expat vloggers. So keep doing you, Cal. Yeah, I'm just, if you think about it, look, okay, the last report I received from YouTube. Now, y'all hold your seats here. I'm ranked 10,000 in vloggers here in the Philippines. This is from YouTube. Okay, it's a lot of people vlogging over here, mostly Filipino vloggers. Okay, I'm not competing against them. We're competing because they're not even talking to us. They're talking to each other. But there is a segment over here of vloggers who are speaking to Western men. Okay, me, Old Dog, Geo, regular guy, all of them. Okay, we're really talking to those guys. Okay, Filipino P, all the little Filipina this, Filipina that, Filipina this, Filipina that. We're all targeting the same audience, really, basically. Because these people you're talking about, I never heard of them before. But that's nothing new. There's so many vloggers, man. And then there's people over here you never heard of because the algorithm hasn't even picked them up. The algorithm's not studying you for real. I was helping people. I don't do it anymore because they stabbed me in my back. I was helping people bypass that algorithm. I was using my platform, bring them on my panel, boom. The very next day or 2 or 3 days later, they've got their 1,000 subscribers and deep into their 4,000 watch time hours. I don't do it anymore because what do? They turn around and stab you in the back. And they don't even say thank you. So that's why I don't do it anymore. Otis Allen said there's way too many bloggers in the Philippines. It's getting ridiculous. It's a turnoff, a total turnoff, repetitious. Then they are repeating what you have already said. Well, you know, it's always going to be, YouTube is nothing but a popularity contest. It's all repetition. I don't care where you are. If you're, okay, in the sports world, all these sports podcasters, right? They're basically saying the same thing. If you're these gossiping channels, what are they talking about? They're talking about Cat Williams and Shannon Sharpe right now. Okay, now it's Stephen A. and Jason Whitlock. They're all talking about the same stuff, guys, because they know YouTube will tell you what's popular. So if you're smart, you start doing the reaction videos. I don't want to do them though, because you can easily get taken down doing that. I told you, I inadvertently took down a very popular YouTuber because he basically just used my video for his channel. And he got like 100-something thousand, because he's got a bigger audience. So when I found out how to file a defamation and copyright, I said, well, let's see if this will work. And I shot it out there on a few, right? And man, they took him down, dude. He wrote me back because I wasn't trying to hurt him, but he said, Sunshine Shows, I'm always trying to promote your channel, this and that. I apologized to him. I said, look, man, I didn't mean to do that to you. I just want to see if it works. You're sort of like the guinea pig. And I rescinded it. But it works, guys. So if you want to do those reactionary videos and somebody wants to take the time to file either a copyright, they're going to take you down. I mean, this guy's getting the bag. He's probably, somebody said he earned $1 million last year. Okay. So when they took him down, it's like, Cal, he wrote me a long email asking me to take it back. And I did it. So I'm not worried about this stuff, man. But it's a popularity contest. That's all it is. I mean, because it's not like we're really sharing earth-shattering information. Okay. But there's a demand for it. And so that's all they're doing. They watched us. Filipino bloggers are smart. People over are smart. They watched us all through the pandemic. Get all these viewers and subscribers and views and, get monetized. And they're saying, hell, I can do that because most of the content is about us anyway. Why don't I get on here and read some shit in front of them, put on a bikini, have somebody hold the script in back and read it. And then when I mess up, cut the tape and start it over and just do that for 10 minutes. And that's what they're doing, a lot of them. And they're getting paid. And I don't blame them. Calvin told the Elites blogger, you're sort of like the guinea pig. Yeah, I really didn't make an example out of him because I just wanted to see, would it work, or will YouTube really help a small channel like mine, really? Because I got, if I wanted to, I could sit down here right now. All them videos people are making about me, it don't take much to get that shit taken down, guys. I just don't worry about it. But if it gets to the point now where I know for 100% fact that YouTube will follow through on that stuff, defamation and copyright, yeah, let them keep it up. And eventually I'm going to have a hair stuck up in my ass one day. I'm going to get up and take that shit down. I don't want to do it though. It's not that serious. Willis Borkin says you can do reaction videos. They're just rules to how it has to be done. Well, that's what you say. It's not really. They put up that little thing, right? It doesn't mean they're following it, Willis. Most people who do these videos, they aren't lawyers. They think that, oh, I'm using this, what they call that, the copyright, but the video they're making doesn't fall under that law for real. See, this is where they're getting screwed up. All it takes is for somebody to complain and they're going to get taken down. You only get 3 strikes. You get 3 copyright strikes and your channel's done, and you can't open up another channel. You can't. Okay. So just because they put up that, whatever it is, a Copyright Act, such and such, such and such. See, this is what I was contesting. It doesn't mean that what they're doing, that's an actual law, that if you follow it, you can get away with it. But these people aren't following it. They're just thinking all they have to do is put it on the screen before they put your video up there. Okay? Yeah, it was a big interview. He said too many vloggers using sex that men send super chats to thinking they have a chance. They never support experts as they want to hear the boots on the ground info. They know best, apparently. Yeah, see, you're right. What they want is they want the information from us for free. They don't want us to earn anything. We're supposed to give it to you for free, the entertainment, the information, the tools, everything, right? But they're giving their money to the women, okay, who are basically selling sex. You know, I was brought before NBI, immigration, because of some false allegations. Some guys over in Canada, up there, they got, I'm not even going to say the website. They filed some false allegations. I'm exploiting Filipino women in human trafficking. Me. Okay. But because there's no due process, I'm not protected by due process under the law over here. They're going to investigate that. Okay. I'm guilty, you know, until I prove myself innocent. But we see who's really exploiting Filipino women and basically human trafficking. They are. I mean, if you want to get down to the nitty gritty, really, if you want to get technical about it, when you parade them young women in bikinis in front of the camera for these men, and then you make the title, "She's Looking to Meet a Foreigner," what is that? But it gets clicks, it gets views. That's what y'all want to see. How many videos I have to make to tell you, hey, there's more to the Philippines than women? Because once you come over here, you're going to get the woman. Then what? Now what you going to do? You over here bored, and you don't have any friends, you don't have any associates, you don't know where to go, you don't know what to do, you don't know what to bring with you, but you got a woman, because that's all you want. And it's gotten so ridiculous now, I can't even watch it. Because they'll just have a live stream and they'll just sit up there and look at you stupid fools sending super chats over and over and over. They're smiling and they'll get up and splash some water and stuff like that, guys. You know, but then they'll get on me, okay, if somebody sends me a $5 super chat. Oh, he's an e-beggar. "53 Shades Darker" says, "Greed is a killer of everything. People F up every good thing. There's plenty to go around, but we as people get jealous, don't want to see others succeed and try to get it all ourselves. Greed." Yeah, and then reality kicks in that YouTube isn't easy, that you need content to keep people, you know, coming around and interested. So they say, okay, I'm going to do the easy thing. I'm going to attack another vlogger, or I'm going to interview everybody that I see, or I'm just going to take off my clothes. See, that's the lazy way. I've got to give you guys Pulitzer Prize winning videos just to get 5,000 views. The algorithm's not playing, guys. Y'all expect me to be Ed Bradley. That's the only thing that If I was doing it for any other reason than why I'm doing it, I'd have got off YouTube a long time ago. But that's what happens, 53 Shades Darker. They get on YouTube, they see other people doing it like, well, hell, he's doing it, I can do it. Not realizing that, no, you can't do it. You only think you can do it. So they, they turn to the easier, softer way. And what's that? You get in a bikini. He said, dual and May showing skin and running around in a bikini is getting old. Well, you would think it is, but it's not. He said, I'll be smiling too with all the easy money coming in. Yeah, I mean, but unless you've been on the other side where you got to understand, I'm a foreigner. We got a bad reputation over here anyway, guys. I'm telling you if nobody else tells you. Okay, especially when it comes to these authorities. Now, when I was in immigration, I'm coming back from Thailand, it's all women, man. And they're reading these charges. Exploiting Filipino women in human trafficking. And they're looking at a black man. You should have saw the, man, you should saw how they treated me, man. They treated me bad. Okay. It was only when I dropped that name on them did they back up. They actually got scared. They backed up because it was only one woman. Okay, one was a gay. It was 4 women and 1 gay. So then they have the gay guy and the Filipina. They're interviewing me. They're not really. The lady sitting there looking through my YouTube channel. She can't find anything. So I said, hey, why don't you go to my Facebook page that's dedicated to helping Filipinos during the pandemic? So she started lightening up a little bit, but the gays on my case, right? So when I pull out the card, I say, look, if you think I'm exploiting Filipino women and human trafficking, do you think such and such would be dealing with me? And he looked at that and signed, right? Because he told me, he said, you ever get in trouble, you pull this out and show him. This guy's very, very powerful. One of the most powerful in all the Philippines, certainly here. It was like the Red Sea opened up. Stamp that passport, and they let me out of there, man. Okay. And I'm not doing anything, nowhere near that. You know what the video was that they said that I was human trafficking, exploiting Filipino women? Remember I made the video, no honey, no money, right? Remember they'll say no money, no honey. I'm like, no, guys, we got to flip that over. No honey, no money. You give me what I want before I even think about anything else, right? And they try to use that. There's nothing there. The man at the NBI, he laughed. We by the time our interview was over, we're sitting there laughing. We ain't even talking about the case. We're talking about something else. And guess what? He's older than me. Guess what's sitting by him? Like a 20-year-old, his 20-year-old girlfriend. Okay, so I know what I'm talking about. I've been put through the ringer. That's why when I sit back and I watch it, I've been humiliated. I was humiliated. Okay, cost me a lot of money. I had to go out and get a lawyer, take time out to go all the way to Bacolod. But I got people here who believe in me and believe in what I'm doing. They know me. They see me every single day. They said, we're going up there with you. We're going to help you because this isn't right. And that's how I was able to walk through that. So then when I'm over here and I'm looking at these videos, nothing's being said. Nothing's being done. Mike Dorsenville said that's the only video that Baby May is making. She also has a lot of views. Yeah, but it's a double standard. Do you think anybody's going to make a video putting her down? They're not going to do it. Yeah, he said falsely accusing men who look like you, Calvin, is the oldest trick in the book. Yeah, I'm not the only one, but I guess it gained some traction. I know when I came back from Thailand on my visa run, they wasn't going to let me back in the country because of these fake ass charges. Luckily, I had the friend over here who believes in my channel. He saw the help I've done over here. They never talk about that. They only talk about these false allegations. All you got to do is go on my Facebook page. I stopped counting at 2 million. You tell me any other vlog over here that's giving that kind of help back to the Filipino people when they needed it. Not on Christmas, not on New Year's and all that bullshit. Not when they feel like it and there's a natural disaster. Every damn day, every week, okay? But they won't tell that. That's pure jealousy. They trying to take me down because they don't want me on here. They don't want a black man's point of view over here. I'm just telling you facts. They want a bunch of old crusty brads, old crusty white men on here thinking that they are the only ones who can have YouTube channels and talk about the Philippines and have young, beautiful Filipino women. Okay? Anybody else does it, they're wrong for it. So I show up, and out of the clear blue sky, boom, my channel gets popular. Because it's not many black popular channels on YouTube about the Philippines. Okay? If they are, there's a brother, I don't know where he lives, Manila, Cebu, but he's not even talking about the stuff we talk. I think he's got a big channel, like 300-something thousand, but he mostly talks to Filipino people, basically. You know, he doesn't talk about the stuff we talk about. You know what I'm saying? But I just give y'all the nitty gritty. I want y'all to know what's really going on behind the scenes. Okay? Don't pick on me, man, when I'm not doing nothing, because I'm going to tell you what's going on. I'm not just going to sit back and take it. We know who's exploiting Filipino women and human trafficking. Filipino women, okay? Period. But it's none of my business. But don't say I'm doing it. He said these guys are thirsty, passing these girls thousands and they are laughing at them at the bank. I seen someone buy me a coffee and it was thousands and they have a whole boyfriend with kids by 3 men. Absolutely. I'm here in Little Bitty St. Carlos City. Why do you think I'm on a mission? I'm on a mission to stop well-meaning men, good men, because some of y'all can't be helped from giving away all your damn money over here. It's okay to take a woman along with you. It's okay to help, but no, we're giving away whole pensions. We're giving away whole life savings to women. That type of stuff's got to stop. That's why I say to make the videos I make. Okay, I see in a little small city like this, I see the millions of pesos they're giving these women. When I go to M. Louis or something like that, there's always a young, beautiful woman in there, sitting there counting 20, 25, 30, 40, 50,000 pesos that we're sending over here. You know, yeah, and then they bring this up. Like I'm the one who invented the 4F. Find them, feed them, fuck them, forget them. Even Andy Omar jumped on that bandwagon. I'm like, what are y'all doing, man? Y'all know I didn't invent that. It's my answer to the 4M. But don't pretend like I made that up. And everybody's making a video, right? Trying to get me in trouble, trying to turn the Filipino people against me, not realizing that when you do stuff like that over here in the Philippines, you can put somebody's life in jeopardy. It don't take much more than that to get you killed over here. This is why I won't forgive them people. They'll never get an interview with me. They'll never be on any panel with me. I don't want to be even in the same room with them. You're going to put my life in jeopardy with all that hate and ignorance and jealousy. No, I'm sorry. Hey, what's up, P Monies? Yeah, they pocket watching. Look, brother, you don't have to explain that. YouTube comes up with all this stuff for channels like ours. Okay, not only does it help us, but it really helps them for PayPal and super chats, super stickers, memberships and all that to help us earn money on YouTube because they know how hard it is. They think just because they see people doing it's easy. It's only a smidgen of people who are earning anything on YouTube. Okay, certainly paying their bills with it. It doesn't even scratch the surface. So no, I don't apologize. Okay. And you're doing the right thing. He says, although I have a bad coffee on my channel, but it's being used right back to give away to hungry people, not for makeup and cosmetics. Thirsty men in the U.S. are getting played. They have boyfriends. Yeah. But if you tell them that, they're not going to believe it. I don't know how these guys are getting all these subscribers and stuff, which YouTube doesn't pay you by subscribers. Okay. They pay you by views. So they have a whole lot more subscribers than me, but they don't have the influence I've got. They don't have the following that I have, the community that I built. Now everybody's building a community. Right. Man, y'all guys need to think for yourself. Quit biting off everything I do. You know, everybody's got a community now. Oh, we're building up a community of men and women to help each other. Like, when did that start till I got here? Let them have a meet and greet and see how many people show up. Okay? Mike Dawsonville said, the foreigners, I don't care, white or black, who are interested in the Philippines were smart. They will only watch you, brother. But thank you for that. But see, there's other perspectives. You know, anybody who wants, all of you guys watching me right now, right? Y'all have YouTube channels. You just haven't uploaded any videos. But anybody who wants to do it should be able to do it without facing all the scrutiny, the skepticism, and all the bullshit that vloggers over here face. I'm just not going to take it. I don't care what they do. I'm going to still do it. If they were going to run me off, they would have ran me off a long time ago. And if they do, guess what? I'm going to just be somewhere else. You're not going to shut me up because I know that's why you don't like me. I made that BBC video. You got to make them type of videos to get those people to come out of the woodwork. Otherwise, they're just going to watch you, okay, and write down anything bad you might say, pass it on to their favorite vlogger, right? But if you make a video like that, they come out of the woodwork and you zap them. You get rid of them. Okay, you got to make another profile, clown. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That you know, you got to ask them why they do it. Because I'm not going to spend my precious time making a video on nobody else or trying to bring another person down. What's it going to do to me? I'm over here living my best life. I'm trying to make your trip or your retirement over here get off to a good start. I'm not worried about what somebody else is doing. Robert James says the meet and greet is great for the women too. I'm sure they have a blast. Yeah, man, the meet and greets that we have, they're so good. Okay. Now I know a lot of people kind of stayed away from the Angeles City because Angeles City has a bad reputation, which, you know, it's more than Walking Street though. So a lot of people really didn't come there. A lot of women didn't come, but Iloilo City, Cebu, San Carlos City, man, you know, these are really affairs, man. Yeah, that's all they're doing. Hey, what's up, Living Abroad? Now, there's Living Abroad right there. He's a good guy. He said, long time no talk, bro. Hope all is well with you. It is. I'm pretty sure you saw that video going around of you where they put your voice, they use AI and use your voice over top of a negative video about the Philippines. It's like, who would even take time to do that? And why? I mean, people are crazy, man. I'm not going to lie, but they'll do it. He said, I told the wife, we're going to your meet and greet. That's on my bucket list. Yeah, not yet. My ticket is for February 16th, but I'm probably going to postpone it. I don't even got any winter clothes. I have about a whole other wardrobe. Ace Purnell, this is my buddy, Sharp Dresser from Vegas. He says, is this okay? He says on AI, I noticed Elon Musk pitch for donations on one of his projects. Listening real close, it sounded like him. Yeah, they can do it. But I mean, okay. Yeah. He said, haha, every week I have to battle someone coming after me on my channel. Luckily, they haven't affected me like they have with you with those bogus charges. Yes, I wish I only had trolls. I don't have trolls. I have stalkers where they'll sit there and make a 10 or 15-minute video of me, file false charges. I'm like, dude, that's harassment. And that's what I told the people in immigration. But I fixed it so they can do all that they want. My file is, I've got a file in the NBI now. Yeah, you know, they're going to do this. And most of the guys who are doing this, they'll never make it over here. These are the guys who are funding all that foolishness. He said these guys seem to care about a girl shaking her tail for chats than to inform them of things they need to know to navigate through this country. It's the mindset. It is, but the people who are funding this stuff, they'll never step foot in the Philippines. Okay? Because the guys who come over here, who eventually come over here, they're going to see they don't have to do all that. They don't have to be that thirsty. I mean, to get a woman, but I saw it a long time ago. That's why I make the videos I make. I'm saying, like, turn down the thirst meter, guys. It's not that serious. But some guys, to them, it is. It's like, well, I'm paralyzed here, Cal. One guy told me that. He said, Cal, I'm paralyzed here on the couch. He said, watching your channel and others is the only form of entertainment I got. I get that. But that's what's fueling this stuff over here. Where all a woman's got to do is get on the cam and just sit there. I got to give you a 2-hour diatribe and for $50. All she got to do is show up. Go on and watch some of that cringy stuff Apple Hernandez and them are doing now. And you won't believe it. You'll be like, walking around with the camera, just walking around, not saying anything on a live stream, guys. If you don't believe me, okay? That's all I'm saying. Hey, S1 Philly, he says, hey, Cal, just got my airline ticket for another year visit. Hope to meet you. Tell the guys get their tickets there, buying quickly for cheaper prices. See you hopefully in September. All right, brother. Yeah, sex sales, man. You know, I'm just being honest with you guys that, you know, it's a double standard, some crazy stuff going on if you decide to be a vlogger. You better enjoy the times when you're not on the radar, because once you get on the radar, they're coming for you. Oh, I'm living an extravagant lifestyle over here, they said. Now I realized I was a successful insurance agent. I've been successful in everything I've done. Okay. Hugh says, I went to NBI to talk about fixers at DMV. The NBI supervisor said 5,000 was too much. 2,000 is fine through a friend. So NBI is corrupt too. Well, I don't know about that. I don't speak on that. I just know that they helped me. He gave me good counsel. He's the one told me. So I actually had to see him twice. The first time he said, look, you need a lawyer. And here's what I want you to do. Here's what I need from you and your lawyer. He told me that, you know, because like I said, we weren't even talking about the case anymore. He started counseling me on what I needed to do. And he said, and then, you know, then you bring that back to me and then I'll close this case. And that's what I did. You know, so what they intended for bad turned out for good for me, really. Hey, Ro said, good morning, Cal. Greetings from Thailand. Thank you for your valuable boots on the ground experience. I apply your wisdom to my life here in Thailand. Look forward to visiting you soon. Hey, you're welcome, man. But if I never say anything, guys, the fact that I'm over here, that's the example I'm trying to show that you have an option. Okay, you have options. And this is one of them. Okay, if I'm just a regular looking guy, I don't have any more money than you. Okay, I showed y'all what I make on YouTube. That's basically my money. That's my spending money. Okay, there's nothing spectacular about me. You can come over here and start a new life, because that's what I did long before my YouTube channel. I was here 2 years before I even started a YouTube channel. Wasn't even thinking about a YouTube channel. That's what I want you to see. You know, I'm liable to, you know, because people always want, oh, you said this 3 years ago. I don't know what I said yesterday. I do know I give you the 360. I got to tell both sides of the story, but they play that nitpicking, that petty stuff. You know, they'll say, oh, you said it's okay to marry a bar girl. No, I didn't. Okay. What I'm saying is the Philippines is a viable option for you. The people welcome you here. Okay. There's no racism over here like it is in your country. Okay. As long as you get money and you can pay your way over here, you're going to be able to start over. Okay. With somebody that looks a whole lot better, a whole lot younger, you can learn scuba diving for a fraction of the cost here that does at home. You build a house over here, a fraction of the cost. Okay, the whole 9 yards. That's what I'm trying to show you. Okay, I'm not going to get into a pissing match with people. You know. Yeah, I think you're right. But it's a shame though, because she's just a vlogger, man. You know. But we're so thirsty that, you know, even just she's just like the typical Filipino, really. There's women over here that just are stunners. I don't consider her a stunner. She's attractive, but she's not a stunner. But we're so thirsty that really the woman can't even go shopping in her hometown, man. That's crazy, man. Now, see, I wouldn't want that. That's why I have the guest house. That's why I have the meet and greets. That's why I have my live streams. I want y'all to see me enough that y'all know me. Like, hey, this Negro is just a regular Negro. He ain't nothing special, because I don't want all that stalking and craziness going on. You know, where I got to put on a damn wig and sunglasses to go to Save More. That's ridiculous, man. But you're right. She's gotten so big, and the people she's talking to are so thirsty that she can't live a normal life. She's living like Michael Jackson or Michael Jordan over here. It's ridiculous, man. Yeah, I mean, I'm happy for Apple though. I really am, because somebody had put her on the wrong track. I told her a long time ago, girl, if you only knew the money that, you know, that these women over here is making, you would stop trolling me and other people, and you would turn into just a regular Filipino vlogger. And she listened. Somebody got in her ear. Now she's getting the bag. Hell, Zoom to Thailand had on his channel. Now you talking about a upgrade? She went from making these trolling videos that you can't understand what she's saying. Basically, nobody watching her, no live streams, no super chats, no PayPal, to sit in front and center on Zoom to Thailand in front of thousands of people. Okay, that's okay. That's an upgrade, guys. But yeah, let me get off here. I want to thank y'all for your super chats, your super stickers, all your support for Sunshine Shoulders. Look for my members only video. I'm getting ready to upload it. I'm going to upload it to my Patreon. If you haven't joined my channel, consider it, man. It's just a way to support your favorite YouTuber. You don't have to worry. I'm going to get rich, but it's not going to be off your back, okay? I'm already rich, guys. I promise you. I'm living a life that money can't buy. Okay, if you only knew how I was living over there and how I'm living today, you'd say, man, I want what he's got. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to give that to y'all if you want it. But you got to stop chasing these women. Let's flip it. Let's flip the script and put it where it's supposed to, where they're chasing you. We're the ones changing lives. We got everything. Okay? Take care, everybody. Stay safe. Stay out of trouble. I'll see y'all next time.